what the hell is cryptocurrency? Well, here's how I answer that question. Put simply, cryptocurrencies are like regular currencies, except they're entirely digital. Each individual cryptocurrency coin is fundamentally just a collection of numbers and letters. This sounds complicated, but it's actually not far off from what we see with currencies today. Here's what I mean by that. Almost every physical money bill on the planet has a unique serial number. This serial number corresponds to information like when the bill was printed, where it was printed, and so on. In theory, a record of all money bills that have ever been printed and where they are is kept by a central bank, which shares this information with smaller banks and the government. If you have a debit card or credit card, you'll know that you have an account number on there as well. You also have a password or PIN number that you use to access the money in that account. Your bank branch knows your account number and your name because you had to provide your personal information to open an account. This info is also shared with the central bank and government. Now, let's say you have a $20 bill with the serial number ABC, and your bank account number is 123. When you deposit that bill into your bank account, your bank branch, the central bank, and the government will see and confirm that the $20 bill ABC has been moved into bank account number 123. This is almost exactly how cryptocurrencies work. Each individual cryptocurrency coin is like the serial number you see on a physical bill, just without the physical bill. Just like regular bills, almost every cryptocurrency can be divided into smaller pieces. In the case of Bitcoin, each BTC can be divided into 100 million pieces called satoshis, which are like cents to a dollar. A cryptocurrency wallet address is like a bank account, except that there's no physical card that goes along with it. It's just an account number. Because you don't need to provide any personal information to create a cryptocurrency wallet, this means that your identity is not attached to your crypto wallet like a bank account is. Most importantly, any cryptocurrency held in your personal wallet is held directly by you, not custodied by a bank like regular money in a bank account. This means that nobody can shut down your cryptocurrency wallet or block your transactions because you have total control over that account at all times. Now, the trade-off here is that if you lose access to your cryptocurrency wallet or forget to write down the recovery phrase you get when you make one, well, you'll lose your cryptocurrency forever. Instead of banks and the government keeping track of everyone's bills and bank account balances, these records are stored across all the computers connected to a cryptocurrency network. These transactions and account balances are public and can be viewed by anyone using something called a blockchain explorer. Because computers can earn cryptocurrency for processing transactions on a cryptocurrency network, this incentivizes more computers to join the network to process transactions and earn cryptocurrency. This makes cryptocurrency networks secure because there is no single point of failure. This is called decentralization, and it's the polar opposite of the centralized setups of governments and banks. Now, in case you didn't put two and two together, that means the digital currencies banks around the world are creating are not cryptocurrencies. They're creating a seriously dystopian payment network.
So let's start this off by talking about the background of Bitcoin, what it is, and how it all works. To break things down, the easiest way to explain the way cryptocurrency works is this is just a peer-to-peer transaction. So if I wanted to send you money, I would do it through Venmo or Cash App or PayPal. If I'm trying to Venmo you some money, what happens is I have my $10 and I want you to get it. It doesn't go straight from me to you. Although that's what we see on our end, the back end of these transactions often entail a third-party company that handle the exchange. I really want you guys to pay attention to this next clip talking about the dangers of using some of the most popular apps like PayPal and Venmo. And if you didn't know, yes, PayPal does own Venmo.
Carl Leach, a former Venmo user, said he had thousands of dollars taken out of his bank account by way of hackers. According to Leach, the hackers made a few micro-tester transactions, taking out as little as 18 cents at a time. PayPal, who now owns Venmo, settled a lawsuit with the Federal Trade Commission last year over privacy violations for selling buyers' purchasing habits to companies.
What you have to realize now is that big fintech companies will prioritize other people's data and sell that for extraordinary amounts of money. This is not uncommon practice, and it's actually pretty sad. This may be how I personally got my identity stolen. Who knows? A lot of the sensitive information that you would never think getting revealed to other companies happens on a daily basis, and this is one of the things that cryptocurrency is here to help alleviate and to solve. Aside from those things, we're not even going to go into the topic of security and the liability that the banks have in trying to have all of our money and the instability of the fiat currency. All you need to know is that there are a lot of downsides when you are using a primarily peer-to-peer system that relies heavily on different entities outside of our control. With cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, you get something called a wallet address. This is pretty much a long series of numbers and alphabets, and you pretty much just put that in, and that's where you can send the money. You don't ever have to worry about that transaction getting reversed. You don't have to worry about the transaction getting hacked. The way Bitcoin works is secure, and it's pretty awesome. Just in case I didn't do a good job of explaining through my analogy on what Bitcoin is, I'm going to read to you the exact print that they have on bitcoin.org so you can have an official, better understanding of how this all works. They state on their website, bitcoin.org, Bitcoin uses peer-to-peer technology to operate with no central authority or banks. Managing transactions and the issuing of Bitcoins is carried out collectively by the network. Bitcoin is open source. Its design is public. Nobody owns or controls Bitcoin, and everyone can take part. Through many of its unique properties, Bitcoin allows exciting uses that could not be covered by any previous payment system. They also show 3 key points. Fast peer-to-peer transactions, which is very important now in the year of 2021. We don't like waiting 2 to 3 weeks for that money to come in. We don't like waiting 2 to 3 business days for that wire transfer to come in. The next thing they say is worldwide payment. If I wanted to send my relatives in Korea some money, I would either have to wait or pay a large fee, and I would not be 100% sure if it went through either. The third thing we need to mention is that Bitcoin has low processing fees, so you pay just a small fraction of this processing fee that goes towards the people that are actually mining the data for this transaction to go through. Now, in addition to that, I wanted to show you another resource that you guys could all check out. This is literally on the public website, bitcoin.org, and this is the official white paper of how Bitcoin works. So what you're seeing on your screen right here is the official white paper of what Bitcoin is and how it was intended to work by Satoshi Nakamoto. So the first paragraph of the white paper, we can actually see that this is a summary of how Bitcoin was supposed to work and why it exists. I'm not going to go over this. If you do want to do a deeper dive and you find all of this fascinating, I will have links down below in the description, or you literally go on bitcoin.org and you can search this up as well. But this pretty much goes into the transaction details, how it works, the hashing, the nodes. It also talks about the timestamp server, the proof of work, anything related to the back end of why Bitcoin right now is an actual successful thing. If you don't have a background in computer science, or you're just someone like me and literally as much as you read this, some of it still doesn't make sense, I say that's okay. You don't necessarily need to know exactly how the splitting value or how each hash and nodes work. All you have to really know is what Bitcoin is and how it performs.